welcome to the Office Blokes. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Together we had two of the Office Blokes,
Yeah.
two different Office Blokes this week.
Lost another one.
Yeah, we lost another one, yeah. It's got gingivitis.
Bad case fit as well by the look of it.
No, Dave was actually decorating at home and he fell off the top of a step ladder and he's broke his spine, never to be walking again. So, wish him luck and all that. Get well soon, Dave. All the best. Anyway. He's not.
What you like?
He's actually in a conference call upstairs.
Yes, he's actually doing proper work
today.
For
a change.
Yeah.
Exactly for a change. Yeah. What we got here? We got top 10 most patriotic moments in sports history.
Yeah.
Should we just get straight into it?
Why not? Let's go for it. Let's have a
go.
look. Yeah.
Sporting events are always going to be a central part of the American experience. In the fall, Americans tune in to watch
Did you get
their
one of them
favorite
suits, Mike,
sports.
when you were in America?
With the
Should have done,
NFL,
really. It would have looked
MLB,
good on me now.
NHL, and even the NBA. Every 2 years, we come together as
There's
a
Dave.
nation to support Team USA in the
Skateboarding.
Winter or Summer Olympics. We even sometimes come together to watch the United States compete in World Cup play. It's happened.
Keeper.
From the yellow
Yeah.
ribbon tied around the Superdome during Super Bowl 15 to remember hostages taken in Iran, to chants of USA, USA, when a crowd in Philadelphia learned about the death of Osama bin Laden. American sports fans and players wear their American hearts on their sleeves. So let's check out the top 10 most patriotic moments in sports history.
They are pretty patriotic, aren't they?
In the USA?
In the USA.
Yeah.
A lot more than over here.
Yeah.
But we tend to get sort of, we've said it loads of times, I think, haven't we, on some of our videos. We tend to get sort of vilified a bit, don't we? If you're a bit patriotic or you get, a King George flag out and, or St. George flag.
George.
Stuff like that.
Well, funny thing is it flashed up on my timeline, your Facebook timeline of memories.
Yeah.
2 years ago was, I don't know what it was some kind of jubilee or... I told you to do garden parties. I've got fucking massive Union Jacks strewn from the tree all the way to my gutter. Yeah, and big Winston Churchill flag in the middle. I forgot I did that.
Yeah. So it's it's a bit different over here, I think, isn't it? But
we've got a big day coming up soon, which is the
Diamond Jubilee, I think, or Ruby or something. Should know, really.
70 years, is it?
70 years on the throne.
On the throne, yeah.
It's some going, that, isn't it?
Some going,
absolutely some going.
Time to wipe and get off.
Number 10. Team USA carries the World Trade Center flag to the Olympics. Rarely does a flag presentation at the Olympic Games happen to a quiet crowd. But as 8 members of Team USA, flanked by members of the New York Police Department and New York Fire Department, marched the flag of the host country into the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, you could hear a pin drop. The flag they carried was found in the rubble of Ground Zero and had flown atop the World Trade Center in New York when the buildings were attacked on September 11th, 2001. That flag was under the debris for 3 days before being found and given to the National Guard. It took some time to convince the International Olympic Committee, who is responsible for keeping politics out of the Games, to approve the display of the torn and tattered banner. But on opening night, the World Trade Center's old glory flew proudly once more. Number 9. Rulon Gardner defeats the undefeated. For a decade, Alexander Karelin was the world's dominant super heavyweight wrestler. By the time the 2000 Olympics rolled around, Karelin, aka the Russian Bear, aka Alexander the Great, hadn't been defeated in a match since Russia was still called the Soviet Union. And even then, that was his only loss, until he faced off with a dairy farmer from Wyoming. In 6 years, Karelin hadn't even given up a single point to an opponent. His American opponent, Rulon Gardner, hadn't placed higher than 5th in the world up until this point, and even lost to Karelin 5-0 before. But Karelin lost his grip and a point to Gardner in the second period. Number 8.
Wow.
Mary Lou Retton wins a gymnastic first. A little girl from West Virginia dealt a stunning blow to the Eastern Bloc during the Cold War when Mary Lou Retton brought home Olympic gold in 1984. Before Retton, Team USA was never able to wrest Olympic gold from the Eastern Europe in the individual all-around gymnastics event. She came into the event trailing Romania's Ekaterina Szabo, and she even had undergone a knee operation just 5 weeks before competing. In Retton's own words, she believed...
Can you do that?
I wish I could.
I'm missing where I'm not sure what his most patriotic moments are in this.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
wrestler wins a title.
I don't think it's
patriotic?
stretched a bit saying it's a patriotic moment, I think, isn't it? Unless something else happened in the meantime. I don't know, but Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not quite so sure.
Guessing should be the top 10 most USA patriotic moments.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm missing what's patriotic about it. About someone winning an event.
No,
happens every 4 years.
Yeah, no, I am really. I mean, I don't know why it's any more patriotic to win something at the Olympics or anywhere else.
I get the first one with the flag. I don't know, it's
yeah,
the first when you do
like
something like the Olympics, because like you said there, the Olympic Committee normally stay out of politics and
of course they do.
Don't dabble in it, sort of thing.
And that was obviously a huge moment. It's a bit. It's just like a one-off, really, wasn't it? It was a unique moment in history, in sporting history, I suppose, wasn't it? But not sure about some of the others. Being patriotic, more patriotic.
Just beat a guy who's not lost for a long time.
Yeah, which is a great achievement.
Massive achievement.
Not
patriotic though.
Her performance showed that American-born and trained athletes can do anything, no matter what the odds are. 1999 Women's World Cup Final. The 1999 Women's World Cup came down to a shootout tiebreaker against the Chinese.
So watch the keepers in these.
With the score tied 0-0 in extra time, the U.S. team would end up winning based on penalties. It wasn't so much the gameplay that mattered, it was the draw. With 90,000 spectators, it was the largest turnout for a women's sporting event ever. The lasting image of the U.S. win would be Brandi Chastain's post-penalty kick celebration of the victory, where she fell to her knees and took off her jersey, revealing the sports bra seen round the world. That image became one of Sports Illustrated's most iconic covers ever. Number 6, Joe Louis knocks out a Nazi. In 1938, Hitler was still touting the Germans as a master race, while German athletes competed the world over for top honors. On June 22nd, Max Schmeling met American champion, the Brown Bomber Joe Louis. The first time the two met in 1936, Schmeling took advantage of a moment when Louis dropped his left hand after a jab, allowing Schmeling to give Louis his first loss in the 12th round of that fight. That would not happen again. With the world listening via radio and more than 70,000 watching in Yankee Stadium, Louis unloaded on Schmeling, knocking him down 3 times in just 2 minutes. Schmeling was only able to throw 2 punches in the whole one-round match. Number 5, the champ lights the Olympic torch. Lighting the Olympic flame at the end of the torch relay is an honor reserved for a legendary Olympic athlete from the host country. Does it get more legendary than the greatest Muhammad Ali? Except in 1996, the identity of the one who would light the flame was a close-kept secret. Even swimmer Janet Evans, who was handing the torch off, didn't know to whom she was handing it. Ali was stricken with Parkinson's disease and had long since retired by this point. When Ali emerged to take the Olympic torch and light the flame, the sound in Atlanta was less a roar of applause and more of the collective gasp of elated surprise as the once great boxer, shaking, lit the torch.
What an icon he was as well.
Massive. Probably the biggest icon in world sport.
Yeah, I mean, he's just known absolutely the world over, isn't he? I think probably everybody in every country probably knows Muhammad Ali. Yeah, they must do. Yeah. Absolutely huge figure in the sporting world. Yeah, but again, touching moment that was as well. Yeah, it was. Lighting the flame there.
I mean, again, I'm still missing the patriotic bit.
Yeah, I guess so. And maybe sort of in the US they feel patriotic about it because it's sort of like an American doing things over there. Yeah. But not sure. But
who lined these up, Dave?
4. Rick Monday saves the flag. Remember the MLB outfielder Rick Monday? He might be before most of our audience's time, but Monday was with the Los Angeles Dodgers' 1981 World Series winning team. Before that, he was the top prospect in the 1965 Major League Baseball draft. Somewhere in between, he saved Old Glory from public degradation. In 1976, Monday was with the Chicago Cubs, visiting the Dodgers. With Monday in center field during the 4th inning, 2 protesters jumped the outfield fence and tried to burn a flag on live television. Monday, seeing what was about to transpire, ran over and snatched the lighter fluid-soaked flag. The protesters were arrested, and Monday was able to keep the flag. Ever since that day, Monday used the actual flag to raise money for military families.
Nice.
Number 3,
on him. Yeah.
The president's post-9/11 opening pitch. It might be hard to imagine the leader of the free world facing a new global war on terrorism, being psyched out by throwing the first pitch in Yankee Stadium. But in his own words, he absolutely was. thousands of New Yorkers came to the stadium to watch President George W. Bush throw the pitch to open Game 3 of the 2001 World Series. It was also just weeks after 9/11. He didn't want Americans to think the president was incapable of finding the plate. But as he practiced, Yankee Derek Jeter told him that he needed to both throw from the mound and not in front as originally planned, and not bounce it. "They'll boo you," he told the president. Bush, shaken but loose, walked onto the field and threw a strike to an eruption of applause. Number 2, the Buckeye bullet burns Hitler. Before he ever arrived in Berlin for the 1936 Olympic Games, Jesse Owens had already set 3 world records and tied another. At Ohio State, he won 8 individual NCAA championships, which was a record in its own right. When he arrived in Berlin, he knew Nazi Germany was using the games as a showcase for its racial policies, but he was determined to compete anyway. Owens went on to win 4 gold medals in 1936, an unrivaled achievement until some 50 years later when Carl Lewis did the same in 1984. When Owens won gold in the long jump, the Olympic Committee told Hitler he had to greet all the winners or none at all. Hitler opted for none. As Owens won other events, Hitler would leave early. Nazi minister Albert Speer would later write that Hitler was, quote, highly annoyed by the series of triumphs by the marvelous colored American runner, Jesse Owens, end quote. Number 1, the miracle on ice. Would you bet money on a bunch of college amateurs taking on the world's greatest hockey team in a competition for Olympic gold? Not many would, and not many did, as it turns out. That was the situation Team USA faced in the 1980 Winter Olympics. It was a tough time for the United States. With hostages in Iran, an energy crisis, and runaway inflation, it looked like the American dream was coming to an end. But no words echoed through the ages like Al Michaels' "Do you believe in miracles?" as Team USA topped the Soviet Union 4-3 in one of the biggest upsets in sports history.
Wow.
That's our list. We hope it made you as proud as it made us. Leave us a comment and tell us your favorite patriotic moments in sports history.
There you go. You can leave a message.
Yeah, it's definitely. There's a couple there which I think obviously a little bit different. Bush throwing out the pitch.
Yeah, of course. After the 9/11 and things. Yeah,
the flag
absolutely.
bit, it was just people winning something. He's like,
yeah, slightly different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You can see this sort of like the Jesse Owens bit again because of the Hitler
Jesse Owens bit,
connotations.
yeah.
I mean, that was fantastic.
It was brilliant.
I mean, absolutely superb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but don't forget in those days to go over there as black athletes into a country like that and compete.
Yep.
It must have been a bit scary, really.
Very difficult, very tough. Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with the Jesse Owens one. The gymnast and the ice hockey and the wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're just making it just big achievement. Yeah. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's patriotic. It's just a very,
still
very
big
good achievement
with the ones people who were playing against. I mean, especially like the hockey one, because I know Russia was probably one of the best teams in the world then, weren't they? I would guess.
Got a few good teams, haven't you? You've got Canada, Russia, Sweden.
But is it right that they said the American ones were like amateurs, though?
Yeah, I think the college yeah, but it's still a high level of.
Mind you, I was going to say
hockey, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. When we've seen
not like the Jamaican bobsled team.
When we've seen the football and stuff, then we know it's a high level. When we've seen all the stadiums and the sporting facilities there. I mean, it's big money, isn't it? Still, but I get some of them, but some of the others, it's just like. Winning, doing well.
Underdog, innit? It's like more of the underdog than it is patriotic, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd guess so. Yeah, that's about right. But
let us know what you think.
Decent anyway. Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget like and subscribe. Hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.